big life experiences was that your first marriage ended.
Yes.
In terms of that whole experience, what do you think you would share with young people, men and women, they should consider before getting married?
Yeah.
Because I think we can learn a lot from people who have been married and gone out, made the decision, because it's not an easy decision.
Yes. Look, excuse me. You know, that failure, I caused it myself. The fact that I couldn't protect her from all the hula baloo around me, all that craziness around me, and I thought that she was old enough to make a decision that, come on, man, this is all business. This is
It's
all,
just work.
It's work. Meanwhile, it was slowly eating her away from this whole thing. And I wouldn't worry, you know. I'm always having fun, even if we are walking in a mall, you know, and with the kids, you know, and throngs of, you know, young women, you know, and even men would just flock me and push me away from them, and I would, you know, heartily, you know, just laughing about it, and then when I eventually go back to them, the mood is different from before the crowd came, you know, and I thought that was it. But meanwhile, I didn't see that it was slowly, you know, making things difficult, and yes, so you know, we need to protect the people that we love all the time.
702.
The upside of failure.
Sometimes failure is the foundation of greatest success stories.
The upside of failure with award-winning musician, songwriter, producer, artist, Ringo Madlingozi. How are you?
Hello, Relebogile Babuch. Long time.
It's too long. Where have you been in my life? Undampile.
Uba. No,
Why undampile?
no, I wouldn't do that.
Wizike, I haven't seen you in so long. Have you been well?
Always. I make sure that I wake up in the morning. Hello, Ringo. In the mirror.
Yes.
And tell myself that, hey, I love you.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And I wish that we can do that for us, to each and
Yes.
every one of us, every day.
Yes.
I'm fine. And thank you again for inviting me. Hello, thank you, 702 listeners. Hey, Silapa song.
We are together. You know, I'm like, I'm staring at you and I'm thinking, how have you not aged since 10 years ago, 15 years ago? What are you doing to keep yourself young?
Thinking young thoughts.
What are young thoughts? Amapiano.
That's part of it as well, because listen to the sound of today.
Yes.
You know, and also don't worry about anything.
Yes.
Just let everything. If I am supposed to be here now, I am here now.
Yes.
That's all. So that's how I live.
Yes. And you recently were awarded Lifetime Achiever
Oh, yes.
at the South African Music Awards.
Yeah.
Big congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you think it was overdue, or do you feel like it was the perfect time?
It was supposed to be when it was supposed to be given to me. Look, I always believe that whatever happens, it should happen at that time. And I'm glad that, you know, eventually recording industry of South Africa saw it fitting that I am the recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award.
Yes.
Lifetime is a long time.
It is a long time, but for me, I feel like you've still got 20, 30 years to go.
It is the beginning, actually.
Yes.
You know, every time I listen to my music that is already out there, I have about 160 something music that is out there. So every time I listen to it, I'm like, hey, it sounds like a demo. You know,
Really?
I want to do better.
Oh, wow.
Well, you see, and that comes very clear when I'm working with my artists, you know, my band. I'm like, guys, let's make this sound today. Let us make this sound now.
Yes.
And so I feel like I haven't started doing it. I have not started yet.
I've not heard that from an artist. I mean, I know there are artists who, some of them want to own their masters. Like Taylor Swift went and she said she's going to record all her songs again so she can own her masters. But I've never heard an artist listen back to something and say, yo, it sounds like a demo. But I understand why, because you know you've grown as a musician. You know what you do differently. Hence, I would always encourage people to go to people's live shows because they will have a different side of you at the show.
Yeah, I never performed my songs quite the same way every time. And, just to add on what you said about Tyler, I own all my masters.
Yes.
And I just wish that people could do that as well. Just to license it to someone else and take it back again.
Yes.
License it again to somebody else.
Yes.
But then
that's your gold.
Look, I know that I'm taking my bags in different places.
Yes.
No. Wherever I am, that's my home. What's that? Wherever I lay my head. That's
Yes, that's
Yeah,
that's my home.
That's my home.
Yes.
So I'm fine with where I am. It's Sony, and I'm fine. I'm not going nowhere.
Yes. Yes.
Until they chase me away.
What do you? I was asking Dr. Lindelani Mkhize, I think 2 weeks ago. Gore, when you get given lifetime achievement, do you feel like the people are like, thank you so much, we are done with you?
And
Do you
goodbye.
yes, do you sometimes,
Goodbye.
do you sometimes feel like that's what's happening?
At first I thought like that, but then
Really?
yeah, because most of the lifetime achievers thank you very much, man. It was nice. And you would hear this.
Bekumnandi, yes.
Ubona umuntu nje namadolo abuhlungu makehamba.
Yes.
You don't know ways. I'm not there. I'm not part of that.
Yes.
Yes. The work that I've done with a lot of South African artists, like about you, the Sepuma, the late Lebuma Tosa, WHP, Mandoza, Avante, Makon Mkhubata, Oliver Mtukudzi, UB40, those. I believe that now the world is saying, hey, we recognize you.
We see you.
We see you,
Yes.
and thank you.
Have you ever in your music journey and career not felt seen?
Yeah. Sure, definitely. There would be a time where a lot of young artists who I know and they know that they have taken something from me. Not that they have stolen it. No, I have inspired them.
Yes.
And then they go all up there.
And exceed and go
yeah,
far.
And I'm like looking up and say, hey, but what about me?
Yes.
I've done that before, and I guess I would always come back and say, hey, your time has not come yet.
Yes. I think it's such an important lesson, not just for people in the industry, so for people in general,
That's right.
of that feeling of when is it my time? Ne? So does this lifetime achievement feel like it's your time?
It feels like, yes, it feels like we're listening to you now. So give us something. And that's why on this album that is coming out, I am starting afresh. And all the songs that I've done before, yes, they are part of, me. And it's a new... It's a new platform now. It's a new time. Yes,
A new era.
new era for me. And I'm glad that look, I've been in the, I've lived in 2 centuries.
Yes.
Like hey, I've been there,
Yes.
and I'm still here now. And the sound that the young guys are doing is very inspiring. I mean, if the whole world can dance to Amapiano, it means we are doing a good thing.
I feel like there is a generation of music, not to take away from anything we're listening to right now,
Sure.
but there's a generation which is part of your era of timeless music,
Sure.
which you could probably get away with never releasing new music ever again.
Yeah.
And people would still be booking you.
That's what they do, actually.
Yes, they still do. And
Yeah.
I wonder about the frustration of people still holding you to Sondela Ringo and not allowing you or embracing. Because if I'm like, okay, I'm gonna book Ringo for this event, and then I say, listen, we need some of those.
I want to hear Kumna Kum, I want to hear
Yes,
Tikon, hear
yes,
Sondela.
because when the crowd is in the audience and you see Ringo, you want to hear those hits,
That's right.
right? But as an artist, you also want to share things with the audience that might not be what they want to hear. Maybe they're like, yo, pinda futi with
yes.
you know. Does that frustrate you? Like, how does that make you feel? Is it something that makes you feel grateful that at least they love me for something? Or is it also creatively frustrating?
It is creatively frustrating somehow. Look, really, I would want to introduce my new songs. And no, we want Sondela, we want Nkonko, we want Kumna Kum. And most of those hits that they want, they can, go for 2 or 3 hours.
They
you
really
know?
can.
Yes. And I don't have time to introduce my new songs. And I feel like, no, man, can you listen? And well, they will give me, that chance. Okay, give it to us. Then the listener said, beautiful, but hey, give us.
You
We
had your
want it.
fun, bring
Yeah,
Sondela.
yeah. But last time when I was performing the new song of Elixin, they listen. I'm like, yo, they are too quiet. I'm like, yo. I wonder, if they like it. But at the end of it, rapture of,
Excitement,
excitement,
applause,
applaud.
everything.
Like, wow, I'm like, yes, that's what I wanted to hear,
Yes.
And I was surprised that they were listening. That very, like they were very much attentive. And I thought that they were like, please.
What is this?
Yeah, can you please turn the page?
Yes. I find the journey fascinating of how you can start as like a up and coming artist, right?
Sure.
Where you just want anybody to listen. Then you get to the part where finally people know who you are, and then you get to them singing your songs back to you, right?
Oh, yes.
Then you get to the next stage, which is, okay, I have this pressure because I set a standard for myself. For you, it's been more than 2 decades of you doing this. And you spoke about you're in your new era. So who is the old era Ringo? Like, who's that guy compared to the new era Ringo?
Well, the old era Ringo is the one that was so much embedded in singing about the love for other people, the love that I give and the love that I get, But now, Ringo is all about the love I get from me,
Yes.
And I'm learning that if I have a lot more love for me, of course, I would be able to give it to other people.
What changed in your life that now you are making it about the love for yourself?
So very much different experiences, and also some challenges that I realized that I'm actually not looking at me. I'm somehow forgetting who I am. Not that I've lost track of who I am, but I'm more looking at someone else. Hence, I'm saying the song is like, hey, I'm talking to myself when I wake up in the morning, like, hello, Ringo, how are you? I love you.
What does the journey of falling in love with yourself look like, especially if you are a man? And this is usually a conversation that women love to have, right? It's not often you hear a man saying, I'm now doing this for me.
Yes.
What does it look like for a man, and what can you share with young men out there? Because you have been married before, you are a father, you have a very public-facing career. At some point, you pivoted, you've come back fully to music. what does that journey look like? Because many men they don't express how they feel about certain things,
And
and I wonder, what does that look like? Because I don't know many men in my world that I've seen that are actively like, listen, I'm taking care of me. It's all
Yeah.
about loving me. It's a very woman thing that I hear.
Yeah, look, there are some, talks that we grew up listening to from our fathers and all the people that look into Daikali.
Yes.
Things like those, and that is what it actually has been killing us. And for me to be able to look at myself and say, "Hey, I love you, man. Thank you for always being with me all the time," and it protects me from looking out for love from other people. Hence all this fight, jealousy, and wanting to fight for your lost love. Some of them, they go to extremes where they kill each other. GBV, all that is all coming from lack of self-love. So I'm thinking that if I can love myself, oh, come on,
You won't even entertain
no,
those things.
No, I don't entertain all those things. If you go, thank you very much. You see, I'm here now, and I learn a lot from who I am, and there's only one thing that I realize that makes me feel good. That hey, there is only one person who loves me unconditionally, besides my kid that is very young. Not the old one.
That one can tell
No,
you,
no.
can call you out.
No,
Yes.
no, yeah. That, the young one love me unconditionally. And there's more that is intimately loving me, the one that is in the mirror,
Yes.
me. So if I can also love me, I don't have to fight for your love. Yes.
I got you completely. We've got a caller on 011 8830702. Bongani in Pretoria. Go ahead, Bongani.
Let me start with you, Louis. You are sitting there with a man with a big heart.
He really is, ne?
A man who give you teachings, a man who doesn't judge a person by their condition. Yesterday we were busy on a call, and I angfunela a piano, and they're waiting your performer Google Disability Day tomorrow. Yes, he was helping me, this guy. I'd been Angela, please stop telling people that you are blind, man. You are not blind. Just tell them what you need, and maybe you will find help.
Yeah.
I love that.
Sure, monks.
Yes, you see, he knows my name. He said it to me yesterday and said, look, and then for that, he's the guy who made me start my first blind group. Like, we've got a band, we are totally blind. And tomorrow we were supposed to perform a Bloemfontein, but he tried to help us to get a new piano because our keyboard is not working, and also for transport. He tried, but, it was not meant to be because we needed 5,000, but we failed for that. So, but yeah, next we wanted, because tomorrow we were supposed to. You remember it's a disability month, so we were booked for a show tomorrow, but because of we failed for that. Yeah, but he was there for me. I'm telling you, Mavani was talking to me and telling me that, maybe you'll get the money that you need. Just tell people that. Don't tell them that you are blind because they'll end up running away. Yeah.
Go straight and tell them exactly what you need. Bongani in Pretoria, thank you so much. Ringo, how does it make you feel having someone, share words like that about you?
Yeah, Bongs. Yeah, I know. From here, I must give him a call. Yeah, look. Sometimes we do things because we have to, not because I want to get anything from it. I speak with people as a big brother or as an uncle or someone who cares, and some of them I never even get time to talk to again. But yeah, it always feels good to know that I have imparted, some pillar to anyone who I got a chance to talk to.
and of course provided support.
Yes.
In terms of, you mentioned your older child. What is your relationship with him like?
No, it's fine. It's like the one that I don't like. But like, when you go like, hey, your pups. Hey, your pup. You go to rather uti tata. Call me pups. Your pups. I got it. No, man. Please, Bella uti tata. Pell up. Your pups.
How do you feel about and I mean, I don't know if you saw, did you see our interview together?
No.
When we were talking about the children of celebrities.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I mean it was a few years ago, right?
Mm.
And when you look at your child also trying to navigate this industry, sharing the difficulties of sort of living under your shadow, but also being proud of you, how does that make you feel? And what do you think you could have done differently if you could go back?
Definitely, if I can go back, I would stop hovering over them and trying to be a helicopter
Parenting, yes.
That no. Because now I realize that whatever I could have done, they were going to do what they did actually, to be themselves. So I could have just let them live, and then they knock against the wall, they look at me and give them direction again.
Yes.
Not to worry too much about this, otherwise I'm pissing them off. No, leave me alone. I want to go through this, even though I know that that's dangerous, and I worry. Like if I can go back, like, okay, that's what I want to do. It's just like a kid, totally we're getting close to the fire, like,
yes.
Sure.
Yes, and they don't listen. Yeah.
Then the lesson is learned perfectly.
Yes.
Yeah.
What parts of yourself do you see in your son?
The artistic part and the...
Is he stubborn?
Yeah.
Like
I
you?
I was just going there.
Stubborn like
just
his
going
dad?
there. Yeah, and also trying to experience things my way, But even though now I wish you could just ask me. But later on, some years back, he said to me, "Hey, your path today when I look how much you turned. Hey, I don't know. Look, man, I want to thank you, for how you tried." To direct us to wherever, but if we knew then, we would have been far away. I said, no, don't worry, you are where you're supposed to be, that's all.
And how do you feel about the reality show and life being out there? Do you kind of leave him and say that's his journey, he must figure out his own life, or do you also try to advise him on his career?
No, I would never do that now. Now that I know that I shouldn't be, hovering, on top of them. But not but that I'm canceling everything. Look, what I like about him is like he speaks the truth about his life. He's not trying to act like he's somebody else. He's not talking about things that I never offered. He's speaking life.
I always wonder because, I think about my parents have to listen to me talk about them on radio all the time.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they must be so fed up with me already.
It's like,
because I'll be like, there was a time when I was small and it's like, it was the past, it was this. And I just think to myself, when you are a parent to an adult, I'm sure it's such a different experience where it is the true test of allowing them to be who they are, letting them go, and learning to love them unconditionally.
For sure.
Because as human beings by nature, we are conditional.
Yeah, for sure.
We are. Like, we can't even pretend.
Oh, yeah.
We are very conditional as human beings by nature. But when we come back from the news, we're going to talk about your journey with failure. We are with award-winning Ringo Madlingozi, somebody that I can phone anytime and call my friend, and I'm so, so happy that he's with us today. 011 883 0702, the WhatsApp line 072 702 1702. Before we continue, go to the lines. Noma Pelo in Joburg. Hi.
Hello, Relebogile.
Yes.
I just wanted to say well done to Ringo. Siyaziqhenya ngawe, but he knows me, so siyaziqhenya ngawe. And keep on shining. Bendizocula but ndiyoyika ndine-stage fright. But well done. So enkosi kakhulu, you're a real legend. So keep on shining. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Matikela. For sure. No?
Okay.
Yamas.
All right.
Noma Pelo, thank you so, so much. And I
Sure.
mean, we are so grateful for the music. And I remember a few years ago, we were having a conversation about Sondela. And you were saying to me that there was a time, because I don't know if it's still the case, where you said you're not performing at weddings. You said, I will not. Please tell me the story of what made you say, no, guys, no more.
I'm still not doing
You're
it.
still not doing
I'm
weddings.
telling you, I'm still not doing it.
So tell us the story of what about weddings is the issue? Because some people's weddings now, they have they have everything.
And we have, look, if it's different, if after the wedding somewhere, then they can go and entertain people
Yes.
in that big hall.
Yes.
Where it's no longer wedding, but it's a reception somewhere.
Yes.
Where I entertain, then it's a
Yes.
different gig.
Oh, so you mean at the church?
While there's uncles and then while I'm singing, then here's this old lady or old man comes in. Then you check take one of the mics and then and I'm like, oh no. Then I thought, and it happens numerous times. I'm like, I am never but like at that time. I have to respect everyone.
Yes.
The uncles, the grandmothers, grandfathers, and if they feel like they want to get up on stage and say anything,
They do.
will.
Yes.
In the middle of my, and while I'm still, my eyes are closed, I'm deep into my music and I'm singing and all that, and then I hear. No.
So you said no more.
No more.
No more.
No more.
I can't believe it.
Yeah. Even today.
So which was the last wedding you performed at? I think I know, but I don't want to say in case people don't know. I might be exposing, so I think I know. What was the last wedding?
I don't remember.
Was it somebody who is presidential?
Yeah.
Yes.
You see, on that one.
Wait, you have to tell the story. You have to tell the story.
They had to, at first I said no.
Wait, tell them who. Tell everybody who.
Okay. President Khalima.
Yes. Khalema Mokante.
And at first someone called and said, no, I'm not doing that. And then I guess a higher person called again and said, no, I'm not doing it. Until I heard.
From him directly.
Yeah.
So they said, please come perform at this wedding. And this is like,
No, I said, no, I'm not doing it. And so until I heard this, voice, Mkulua. He called everyone Mkulua.
Yes.
Mkulua. I'm like, I know this voice. I said, yes, sir. I said, I'm Mkulua. Do you mean? I realized. So I said, President, hold on. I'll call you back.
And then you fixed yourself.
Yeah, I was like, okay, no, let me. Then I called back and said, okay, tell me what to do.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was the last one.
And he said, whatever you want, come and perform at my wedding.
He said, listen, it's not about, my wife loves the music and everyone. So you have to come.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if the president said, you must come.
I
can't
knew
say
that
no.
was the one. The fact that you forgot, I
yeah.
just was like, I'm not sure if I can say or not. I'm not sure if I can say or not. I completely respect it because I know you take your craft so seriously because as soon as you're on stage, you are transported. and the last thing you want is the disruptions.
You know?
But are you aware that your song plays at every black wedding in this country?
And calls are coming in every day.
Mm.
Emails. And at first I thought, let me try. And then if I open that gate again,
Yes.
floods will come. I said, no, I'm sorry. I respect you and I love that you love me, but I can't do that.
So does that include birthday parties, anniversaries? So, Marawena, lifetime.
Every personal celebration. And some of them, they would also invite me to Tombstone and
And what do they ask you to sing at the tombstone?
You know,
what do they ask you to sing?
Masbaba Nengesandla, come on, please. Congo. And, you know, some of them, they would want me to come and perform at Mkid.
Yes.
I'm like, hey, man, do they know that who they're talking to? I want you. Some of them, I want you to come to my grandmother's wedding, birthday, and sing. Like, yeah, say happy birthday to your grandmother, but I cannot come. You know, and so and you remember, for the longest time of my life, I've been managing myself.
Yes.
Until I went to Tico and said, Tico Events, please take over.
Yes. You don't want to deal with this anymore.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
One of the things, and we're going to touch on your some of the failures that you've experienced in life.
Sure.
But when you were a child, what did you think failure meant? What did you think it was?
It meant that I was useless when I was young. It meant like I cannot do other people what other people do easily, and I thought like I would never make it in life. Now that I'm grown and I know exactly what it is, that it's actually hurdles that are teaching me, you know, what to do, and when such instances again, you know, reveal themselves, I will know exactly what to do.
Yeah, yeah. And I think many people don't outgrow the phase of feeling like failure is the end.
Yeah. You know, I would find myself that, you know, I would always beating me up like, but you did this, you failed. But no, it was a lesson. Can I just take it as that, a lesson? I mean, if I keep on doing it again and again, then I'm mad.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Good afternoon, Ringo Madlingozi and beloved Rilebukile Mabocha. This is Kosnati from Berea, Johannesburg. Who are we having there? Are we having Ringo Madlingozi, Kasondela, Stando Sondela, or is it Ringo, the Honorable MP?
Good afternoon, Rilebukile and the team. I'm Maggie. I just want to say, I think I'm one of the privileged people that Ringo has performed live for on my personal day. It was on my birthday on the 14th of November. I was sitting on the front seat and watching him performing. So I will take that as a personal performance on my birthday because I was surprised with that. So I think I had the last one.
Oh, wow. I love that. I was like, you went to a birthday, then she explained. So the way to get Ringo to perform for you personally, go to his show on your birthday.
Yes.
Or your wedding day, one of the two.
You know.
The first voice note was speaking about, obviously, you being a member of the National Assembly. You announced a few years ago that you're no longer going to be active in politics, you know, returning to your calling. What was the moment that said, okay, it's time? What was it? Because sometimes people think it's a big moment, and sometimes it's not a big moment. It's just a small moment.
It's a culmination of thoughts and sitting down and you know, listening and to myself and you know, having to make that decision that okay, I did what I could and there's nothing else I can do. Now if I carry on I am going to destroy me
Yes.
inside, my mind, my heart. Uh, I am I when I love dearly, and when I get angry, I go crazy.
Yes.
So now I thought, no, what is good for me is to do what I do best and what I love, music. Yes, I from the very first album that I did, Vukani,
Mm.
all those songs except one or two, they are about what attracted me to politics, because I sing about in those songs there are letters that open letter to the then Minister of Correctional Services, Tatum Zimela, a song that it was asking him that what are you going to do with the kids, in jail, and also the question about how is South Africa going to be dealing with the brothers and sisters that are coming all over Africa to come here? That's the question. Abba Simzin, that was the song, and also it deals with the kids that go to school on an empty stomach. How are they going to be able to learn anything, if at all they are going to learn on an empty stomach? So that was the very first album that I did, Vukan. So I've always been that person that get hurt by watching pain happening to somebody else, and I would actually want to take that pain away and give it to me, So it has always been like that with me, and I thought I could do that through the National Assembly. When I was given a space by the organization, and I was wrong.
I've always said to myself, the reason I could never go into politics is I don't have the stomach for it and I don't have the heart for it.
Yeah.
Not the heart in the sense that I don't have causes I want to champion. We have a lot of problems in our country. You don't
That's
have to
right.
have a PhD to
Yeah.
even see or even come up with solutions.
Sure.
However, politics can be very dirty.
Yeah.
So what do you come out of that experience with? What is like the biggest lesson you learned from that experience?
We have to stand up on ourselves and really fight for ourselves in every way. Speak the truth and speak truth to power. And I know it's scary, but we need to do that. Otherwise, no one's going to do it for ourselves.
I think when people are quiet, it's because they are frustrated.
Yeah.
It's almost like there's no point.
Yeah.
But I can imagine what a character building exercise it was for you.
Oh yes.
To go through all of that.
Yes. Sometimes I would be talking serious stuff, and they're old men and women, and young as well, ridiculing me as to, Tula wena man. Come
Just
on.
sing.
Or it's more like, what do you want here?
Yes.
And that is very undermining in a way. But I have to smile through that as if,
Yeah.
Do I know? I thought I could make a difference for the people who were born in poverty and are just about to die in poverty.
Yes. One of your big life experiences was that your first marriage ended.
Yes.
In terms of that whole experience, what do you think you would share with young people, men and women, they should consider before getting married?
Yeah.
Because I think we can learn a lot from people who have been married and gone out, made the decision, because it's not an easy decision.
Yes. Look, excuse me. That failure, I caused it myself. The fact that I couldn't protect her from all the hula baloo around me, all that craziness around me. And I thought that she was old enough to make a decision that, come on, man, this is all business. This is
It's
all,
just work.
It's work. Meanwhile, it was slowly eating her away from this whole thing. And I wouldn't worry, you know. I'm always having fun, even if we are walking in a mall, you know, and with the kids, you know, and throngs of, you know, young women, you know, and even men would just flock me and push me away from them, and I would, you know, heartily, you know, just laughing about it, and then when I eventually go back to them, the mood is different from before the crowd came, you know, and I thought that was it. But meanwhile, I didn't see that it was slowly, you know, making things difficult, and yes, so, you know, we need to protect the people that we love all the time, you know, and all those who are stronger in the union,
Yes.
whether it be a woman or a man, must protect the weaker one. Simple as that. Because some marriages, you know, are stronger women to come, you know, more like timid men,
Yes.
but they end up, you know, being pushed away. I'm like, no, I can't take it anymore.
Yeah.
Without having any infidelity happening, with nothing, but just because of the not to protect each other, you know, from this union.
Did you acknowledge it too?
Oh yes, I did. Oh yes, I did. And now we are best friends.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Because people always say, how if you're best friends, why are you not just rekindling and fixing things?
Well, you know, I think, and I'm scared that could, if I could, but I wouldn't, because I fell in love again.
Oh,
yeah.
So now when you
Okay.
sing Sondela,
Now I know what to do and how to do, and I will protect it with all my might so that it doesn't end up where I found myself wanting.
so you've fallen in love again.
Yes.
Would you do the marriage thing again?
Oh, for sure.
Wow.
Oh, yes.
Will you sing at your own wedding at least?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, there we go. If you want to hear Ringo singing at a wedding, it must be
Do you
his
mind?
own.
Oh, mine,
Ringo
yeah.
Madlingozi on the upside of failure. Thank you so much. We love you. We support you. We're so glad you are back full time into music. We cannot wait to see what this next era of Ringo is all about. Mwah.
Thank you. Thank you.
702.
The upside of failure.
Sometimes failure is the foundation of greatest success stories.